Assalamualaikum and very good evening I wish to all of you. Welcome to our forum for today. As well as we know experience and education play an important role in our life, especially for seeking a job. Today, we would like to highlight a topic that is quite interesting to be discussed, which is why experience matters more than education. I am sure that every one of us has our own opinion and thought on this topic. Before we proceed to our forum, I would like to introduce our panelists for today. Our first panelist is Ms. Nur Sahira binti Kechana. How are you today, Ms. Sahira?
Thank you, Miss Moderator. I am good and glad to be here today.
Next to her is our special panel to Ms. Nur Atika Izzati binti Razali. Also, we have Ms. Nur Atira Farhana binti Salimun as panel 3, and the last one is Ms. Nurul Shafina binti Nain as panel 4. Before we start our forum in details, let me explain about our topic for today. What matters most when it comes to getting a job is a debate as well as higher education itself. Does that higher degree get your foot in the door, or does your past work experience count for more? And beyond simply obtaining a job, will your experience or your education serve you better in terms of staying employed, growing in your career, and making a good living for decades to come? Hence, in this forum today, we would like to hear from our fellow panelists on this topic regarding experience versus education so much that some say that education is more important than experience, while some say that experience is more matters than education. Without wasting our times, let's hear the opinion on our title from the first invited panel one, Miss Sahira.
Thank you, Miss Moderator. First of all, we all know that education is very important in our life, especially for the future education. Education is a foundation for the progress of society in terms of academic, economic, social, and so on. There are several education interests that benefit each individual. Firstly, with education, people can securing a higher income. For example, if you have a higher education, are more likely to get high paying and expert jobs. Higher educational qualification with quality skills encourage employers to provide a suitable employment as most employers prefer a responsible and knowledgeable workforce. But I also don't deny that experience is also very important to find a job because there are also jobs that finds employees who have a lot of experience. Secondly, education also can help in improving the economy. People with a good educational background tend to get high paying jobs. This is because many people say the higher the education they have, the more jobs they can get and the greater the chances for them to get a job. For example, people who grow up in poverty but are highly educated will be able to change the course of their life while reducing the poverty rate of society. It is proven that education is important in finding employment as well as being able to improve the economy. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Sahira. From your explanation, you strongly agree that education matters more than experience. So let's we move to Miss Atika. What is your opinion, Miss Atika?
Thanks, Miss Moderator. First of all, in today's world, we cannot deny that there's a lot of specifically current generation who are always wondering whether a college degree is a worthwhile investment. Hence, I am more inclined towards experience in this matter.
Can Miss Atika explain to us why do you think experience matters more?
Well, the first thing that comes in my mind regarding this is that education and experience go hand in hand when it comes to advancing a person's career. There's this one quote which I like to share with my fellow panelists in this forum from Dr. Casey that I really like that goes, what cannot be learned through education, training, and observation is learned by experience, and learning through experience is the hardest and the best. For experience is not inherited but earned. So from this quote, we can learn that although experience might possess some pros and cons, but it is something many recruiters look out for in candidates and other aspects. And those who don't have the right work experience mostly would be turned down from some opportunities because people who possesses more experience are always the ones who got the interview.
Sorry to interrupt you, Miss Atika, but while you might say that for a recent graduate, their new degree may serve as evidence that they have acquired the skill necessary for an entry-level job in their chosen field. Besides, in my opinion, education also can creating more employment opportunities. This is because nowadays finding a job is not easy because since the economy is not encouraging. Everyone is racing to find a job, but if we have a high education, the chances of getting a good job are quite high.
Yes, I totally agree with you, Miss Sahira, where it is clear that with higher education, we will have higher chances and that it can help someone finding the right career to leverage their skills, which professional exposure might not always guarantee, as you will have to experiment and work on a trial and best error best techniques. So, but it is also important to remember that prospective employers are likely to see someone who can get up to speed quickly, requiring little on the job training, which costs employers both time and money. So, gaining success in a career through work experience will surely be more valuable in our professional journey than getting a successful academic record through education. And to sum it up, I like to mention that the real world will always valuable professional experience more than educational qualification. So that's all. I will pass back to our moderator. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Atika. That was very a great point to be said. What can you say, Miss Atira, with our topic for today? Can experience make up for the lack of an education, or does an education provide something that experience cannot?
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank the moderator for the question that was just asked to me. Education, in my opinion, is a topic that is currently being highlighted in society. Many people nowadays believe that someone without an education will be deemed less successful in life. So today, I want to focus on my point, which state that education is not a measurement of someone's success, and experience can open up opportunity for a successful person. Life life experience is crucial to me while dealing with a field of work. I mention this because uh, a successful person learns from his experience, as the saying goes. Experience has a vast range of meaning in this life, and it may teach us about reality, and as our mind expands. And someone who wishes to invest in a firm, for example, will likely have prior sales expertise, even if it is only a tiny business. So they can learn about the root in the business world from there. When he already understand and feel the situation in his business in severe, experience may teach him to risk up and remedy previous mistake. In comparison to someone with knowledge, they may know how to deal with it, but he isn't then to do so due to their no prior experience. Finally, I believe that education is necessary, but the experience gained through life is equally necessary when joining the workforce. As a result, seek out and learn from experience because it is the best teacher for all humans. That's all from me.
Thank you, Miss Atira, for your great opinion. So, Miss Shafina, what's about your point of view on today's topic? Do you agree that experience is more important than education?
So thanks to Miss Moderator. My point of view on this topic is I also agree with panel 3. I would like to add my point of view. When it comes to my mind, I prefer the experience more better than education for the search of working life. Uh, Let me do a comparison about the value of experience and the value of education. So experience, any work experience that you require along the way can help to whether it came in the form of an internship in a field or simply job to pay the bills. But the value of education was there are trade-off. Of course, college is expensive, and the more years that you spend getting degrees, the fewer years you will out in the workforce, earning money, obtaining the bachelor's degree or a more advanced degree may also mean taking on $1,000 of student debt. So which will could take to pay off after you started your career as well as affect other life decision, such as buying a home, getting married, or raising a family. However, experience is the best. I would like to pass to Miss Moderator.
Thank you, Ms. Shafina. That is a great point to be said. So to all panelists, is there any opinion you want to be added?
Yes, before we end this forum, I want to mention that after all, it is still depending on the person, their aptitude, their personality, and environment because the two journeys work differently for everyone. And to sum up, education can never be looked down upon, and experience has its own dominance too. That's all.
Thank you, Ms. Atika, and thank you to all our panelists for today. From this forum today, we learned that education is more important in getting a stable job and higher salary, while experience play a critical role in deciding who to give a job or promotion to. Finally, we have come to the end of our forum, where we have shared a lot of knowledge which we don't even know or have thought before. I would like to thank our panel, Ms. Nur Sahira binti Kencana, Ms. Nur Atika Izzati binti Razali, Ms. Nur Atira Farhana binti Salimun, and Ms. Nurul Shafinah binti Naim for sharing a lot of informations and opinions with us today. That's all for today. I will end our forum discussion with thank you and Assalamualaikum.
Thank you. Waalaikumsalam.